Hello friends, hi everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Janie. If you're new here, I do videos on Squishmallow, Build-A-Bear, Squishables, Loungefly, basically anything that I think is cute. So a little while back we talked about my Animal Crossing tattoo, which I deem to be very cute. I love Animal Crossing, I'm a huge lover, and that was my first colored shaded tattoo. So I want to do another video about my second tattoo, which is Sanrio related. And Sanrio I think just fits with the theme because it is also on the cute side. That's kind of the style I go for when I'm looking for tattoo artists and I'm looking at their work. So I want to talk about it. This is the tattoo that I have. This is Pompompourin. I'm always messing up their name a lot of the times because I never actually say it out loud. I just like see it online. But yeah, I got this piece at a studio in Brooklyn and we're going to break it down. Artist, pricing, pain levels, all that good stuff. If you missed my Animal Crossing one, that's on my forearm. I will post that in the cards as well as down below. So my friend at work, she got a couple of flash tattoos from this very popular tattoo studio in Manhattan. There's a location in Soho and there's actually one in Brooklyn, which is the one that I ended up going to. But basically it's called I'll have the name here because I already forgot it, but if you go on their website or on their Instagram, they have a ton of very affordable flash tattoos, and you can customize them further by adding color, which is obviously going to increase the price, but they're very straightforward about the pricing of the tattoos as they are like in their little book. So you can see a lot of like cute little things, and she had a couple of them on her wrist and on her arms. So from that point on, I was kind of eyeing their Instagram a little. I wasn't sure if I wanted any of the flash. Because it's $50, their flash tends to be on the smaller side. If you want a little bit bigger, you might have to pay a little bit more depending on the artist, but you can easily go there and get consultations. It's a kind of tattoo place that does allow walk-ins at all times, and they get hit hard with a lot of people and a lot of tourists who kind of want to get like matching tattoos or something fun to commemorate their visit to New York City. So it's that kind of vibe, but it is really cool, and I was eyeing them for a while. They tag their individual tattoo artists as well. So I was looking, I saw a tattoo artist there named Sydney. I was looking at her work. Very traditional, very colorful, very vibrant. Not necessarily what I wanted, but then at some point in her stories, she posted a couple of her old Sanrio tattoos that were still available. So I hit her up. I was like, hey, I was thinking of getting pom-pom here. What do you think? And she gave me a price, which was $250 for a palm size tattoo. And I was like, yes. Or actually, palm size or 4 inches. I'm not sure what she told me exactly, but that sounded like a great deal to me. I gave her a $50 deposit, so the day of my tattoo I only had to pay her $200, which I paid in cash because a lot of these places, if you don't pay in cash, they have to charge tax, or there's like a fee with using cards. So $200 for my pom-pom. I absolutely love it. I think it's beautiful. In terms of pain, I really thought this was going to be less painful than my forearm tattoo because of the fat. I have fat arms, so I was like, oh, that's going to help. Like in my head I was like, that meatiness is going to help kind of alleviate some of the potential pain. But no, in fact, this was a lot more painful than this one. I still have a high pain tolerance, so I won't say it was like excruciating, but it was a noticeably more painful process than this one. This one I was kind of able to zone out a little better. Also, when I got my forearm one, which was in a different studio in Manhattan, it was a little bit more isolated, whereas at this tattoo place, I forgot what it's called, you're in a pretty small room with a bunch of other people also getting tattooed. It's not a big deal to me, but it was just a different vibe. So it was a little harder for me to kind of tune people out. I didn't bring any headphones or anything. I did have a book with me, but what I ended up doing was just scrolling on my phone instead. The pain was a lot more, and also I'm sitting up. You know, like it's just a weird process. With this one, I was laying down. With this one, I was sitting up, and I was trying to make sure I had good posture because I was overthinking. And something that happened when I got this tattoo was that it felt kind of like I was scared that I was flinching, and I don't think I was, but I'm sure she would have said something if I was, but my mind thinks I am. So my mind's like, keep still, body. And I think I was like overthinking it a little bit. Also, I didn't have the best commute there. Like I was kind of hungry. Normally I make sure to eat a lot and drink a lot before I get to the place, like water, stay hydrated, prior to my tattoo appointment. But I forgot what happened that day that I kind of left my house a little late, and it was a Sunday, and New York City transportation on Sundays is the worst. Every little thing that could go wrong went wrong because it was my first time taking the L train. I'm not very familiar with Brooklyn. I was in Brooklyn for Brooklyn College, which was in Flatbush. It was a totally different area. So I was just kind of like lost a little, and it was really, really hot. It was like the middle of a heat wave. So when I got there, I was already not feeling my best. I bought a Coke right beforehand. I was like, I had such little time from buying something to getting there, and I bought a Coke and I drank it and it helped me a lot, and I had like a little granola bar. But anyway, I think that also all of that kind of contributed to this being a little bit more painful than the one on my forearm, my Animal Crossing tattoo, but it's still nothing excruciating, nothing that it was not that was unbearable or that I had to tell her to stop. I took deep breaths. I love focusing on my breathing. I think that really helps me out. And then after a certain point, I kind of was used to it, and I was just kind of ignoring it and just listening into the conversations that everyone was having, because like I said, it is a small space. Yeah, I paid $200, and then not including tip, I tipped her, and I really love it. I think it's really cute, and it's just really hard for me personally to find people that do Sanrio tattoos or any kind of cutesy stuff. Like every time I'm on my explore page or my discover page on Instagram, whatever you want to call it, I see a lot of cute type of art that I love, but they're always somewhere else. They're always in California, in Texas, sometimes in Singapore, really far places that I'm unable to go to at the moment, and I get really bummed out. So if you happen to be watching this video and you're from New York City, you know anyone that does Sanrio tattoos, let me know. I am going to someone in a couple of weeks to get a tattoo here, because I just really love the placement of a shoulder tattoo. Like I like how it looks. So I'm gonna get something here. I'm getting my Melody. I already have the deposit set for that, but I would love to find more artists that do kind of like that cutesy fun Sanrio stuff. Like not even just Hello Kitty, but like her friends, like Cinema Roll, my Melody, Kuromi, like stuff like that. I really vibe with that. And she did this on me, but I think she's kind of like moving away from that type of art, from what I can tell. Like she just doesn't post it on her flash highlights, and I think she rather just do like straight up saturated, traditional, like spooky stuff, and I don't want to bother her with my Sanrio stuff if she's not into it anymore, or if she's kind of trying to move to a different style, because certain tattoo artists will not take up certain jobs if they feel like it doesn't really align with what they like, or if it's going to be boring for them, or if they're not going to enjoy it, they're not going to do it. So I don't know, but we'll see. Just another close-up. I will say some of the yellow didn't take well, but I've heard that that's because a lot of that color is just hard for the skin. That pigment is hard for the skin to hold on to, because I've experienced a little bit of that with my Animal Crossing one here. But I really like it. I think it's beautiful. I love the placement, and it was well worth the pain. Honestly, the most painful parts were up here. It was the balloons. Like the closer she got up here, that was painful. I think that is it for my tattoos. Let me know if you have any. What are your thoughts? Do you like tattoos? And yeah, I will see you very soon. I'll probably try to vlog my next experience, because I have 2 tattoos coming up. I have my Melody here, and I have a different my Melody from a different artist that has very distinct aesthetic to her work. So we'll see. Anyway, if you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon. Bye.